Alright, today we're going to talk about the most iconic weapon from each GTA game, starting with GTA 3. Now, when you think of GTA 3, what's the first thing that pops into your mind? For a lot of us, it's that sweet, sweet rocket launcher. This bad boy wasn't just another weapon, it was a statement. A statement that said, hey, we're not messing around anymore. The rocket launcher in GTA 3 was like that friend who always takes things to the next level. Need to clear out a roadblock? Rocket launcher. Want to make a dramatic exit? Rocket launcher. Bored on a Sunday afternoon? You guessed it. Rocket launcher. But what really set it apart was how it changed the game, literally, before GTA 3. Open world games were kinda lame. But then, this beast shows up, and suddenly you're not just stealing cars and running from cops. You're creating chaos on a whole new scale. It's like the developers were saying, here's Liberty City, now go nuts. And let's be real, the sound design on that thing? That whistle as the rocket flies through the air, followed by a big, juicy explosion. Pure music to our ears. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. But what about the other weapons? Surely there were some contenders for the throne. And you're not wrong. Let's give a quick shout out to some of the runners-up. First off, the baseball bat. Simple, classic, and oddly satisfying. It didn't have the range or the boom of the rocket launcher, but for up-close and personal missions, unbeatable. Then there's the sniper rifle. For those of you who prefer a more strategic approach. It didn't have the raw power of the rocket launcher, but it did let you play out your secret agent fantasies from a safe distance. But at the end of the day, none of these could quite dethrone the rocket launcher. It just had that perfect mix of power, spectacle, and sheer ridiculousness that epitomized what GTA was all about. Next for Vice City, I gotta go with the chainsaw. So, why did I pick this gnarly piece of hardware as Vice City's crowning jewel? First off, let's talk about that entrance. When you first get your hands on the chainsaw in Vice City, it's not just lying around in some back alley. No. You find this bad boy in the hands of a bunch of Haitian gang members who look like they just stepped out of a horror flick. It's like the game is saying, you want this? Come and get it. And once you do get it, man, it's a whole new ball game. Let's be real though. The chainsaw isn't about efficiency. It's not about stealth. It's about style. It's about walking into a room and everyone immediately knowing that you mean business. Loud, sawing, gas-powered business. The sound design on this thing is what nightmares are made of. That revving engine, the mechanical growl as it tears through. Well, pretty much anything. It's the kind of sound that makes even the toughest gangsters think twice. But what really cements the chainsaw as the most iconic weapon is how perfectly it fits the vibe of Vice City. This is a game that's all about excess, about taking everything to the extreme. And what's more extreme than running around a neon-drenched, 80s-inspired Miami with a roaring chainsaw? It's like the developers sat down and thought, okay, we've got fast cars, we've got loud music, we've got questionable fashion choices. What else do we need? And somebody just stood up and shouted, chainsaw. And you know what? They were right. The thing about the chainsaw is that it forces you to get up close and personal. It's not about keeping your distance. It's about getting right in there. It adds this whole layer of dark humor to the game. I mean, come on. You're literally chasing people around with power tools. It's so over the top that you can't help but laugh. And let's not forget the legacy. After Vice City, it felt like every open-world game had to have its own crazy melee weapon. But the chainsaw? It was the original, the trendsetter, the OG of outrageous weaponry. GT San Andreas, the SMG. First things first, let's talk about style. The SMG in San Andreas isn't some fancy high-tech piece of equipment. It's gritty, it's street, and it's all about that run-and-gun life. In a game where you're representing your hood, climbing the ranks from the bottom, the SMG fits like a glove. It's not trying to be something it's not, just like our boy CJ. Now let's get into the practical side. San Andreas is huge, right? You've got 3 whole cities to explore, each with its own vibe. The SMG is like your trusty sidekick through it all. It's compact enough to keep handy, but packs enough punch to get you out of tight spots. Whether you're cruising through Los Santos, raising hell in San Fierro, or stirring up trouble in Las Venturas, the SMG's got your back. But what really makes the SMG iconic is how it plays into the whole gang culture theme of the game. This isn't just any shooter. This is a story about street life, turf wars, and loyalty. The SMG, with its rapid-fire capability and that signature sound, feels like it was ripped straight out of a 90s gangsta rap video. It's not about precision or finesse, it's about making a statement. And let's be real, dual-wielding these bad boys? That's when you know things are about to get real. Nothing says, "I'm here to take over," like strolling into enemy territory with an SMG in each hand. It's excessive, it's over the top, and it's exactly what San Andreas is all about. The SMG also represents progression in the game. Early on, you're stuck with pistols and maybe a shotgun. But once you get your hands on that SMG, that's when you start feeling like a true kingpin. It's like a rite of passage. Let's not forget about the drive-bys either. The SMG turns your lowly Greenwood into a rolling fortress, cruising down the street, leaning out the window, spraying bullets at rival gang members. It's almost poetic, in a chaotic sort of way. Plus, let's be honest, some of the most memorable missions in the game have you wielding that SMG. Whether you're taking back territory from the Ballas, doing jobs for Caesar, or even infiltrating Area 69, yeah, you know the one. Chances are, you've got that trusty SMG by your side. Striker Shotgun for GTA 4. First off, let's set the scene. GTA 4 is a whole different vibe from its predecessors. We're not in the neon-soaked streets of Vice City or the sun-drenched neighborhoods of San Andreas anymore. Nope, we're in the cold, hard reality of Liberty City, where everything's a bit more intense. And what gun matches that intensity? The Striker, hands down. Now, let's talk mechanics. The Striker in GTA 4 isn't your grandpa's hunting shotgun. This is a fully automatic shotgun. Let that sink in for a second. Automatic. Shotgun. It's like the developers looked at regular shotguns and thought, nah, not crazy enough for Liberty City. And the sound? Oh man, the sound. When you let loose with the Striker, it doesn't just go bang, it unleashes this thunderous, rapid-fire roar that echoes through the streets. It's like the voice of Liberty City itself, loud, aggressive, and not taking any crap. But what really cements the Striker as the iconic weapon of GTA 4 is how it fits into Nico's story. This is a game about an immigrant trying to make it in a new world, dealing with the ghosts of his past and the harsh realities of his present. The Striker, with its military background and raw power, feels like an extension of Nico himself. A bit worn, incredibly capable, and not afraid to get its hands dirty. It gets you into the thick of the action, forces you to confront your enemies head-on. In a game where the storyline often blurs the lines between right and wrong, the Striker doesn't pretend to be anything other than what it is, a mean machine designed to get the job done. Plus, let's be honest, there's something darkly satisfying about clearing out a room with this thing. It's like therapy, Liberty City style. Stressful day? Striker. Someone double-crossed you? Striker. Cousin Roman won't stop calling about going bowling? Striker. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. Vice City Stories. M249. First off, let's appreciate the sheer audacity of having an M249 in Vice City Stories. This isn't just any gun, it's a full-on light machine gun. In a city known for excess, the M249 fits right in. It's like the developers looked at the original Vice City and thought, how can we crank this up to 11? The answer? Drop in a weapon that's usually mounted on vehicles or helicopters. Now, Vice City Stories is a prequel, right? It's all about the rise to power, about making a name for yourself in a city that's as beautiful as it is brutal. Enter the M249. This gun isn't subtle. It doesn't do nuance. When you're packing this, you're not just another wannabe tough guy. You're announcing to the whole city that you've arrived, and you're here to stay. Let's talk firepower. The M249 in Vice City Stories is like unleashing a swarm of very angry, very fast bees, except these bees are made of lead. The rate of fire on this thing is insane. It just keeps going and going, like the Energizer Bunny's angry cousin. You point it at a problem, hold down the trigger, and watch that problem disappear in a hail of bullets. But it's not just about raw power. The M249 changes how you approach missions. With other guns, you might be ducking behind cover, popping out for careful shots. With the M249, cover is for other people. You become the cover. You're not hiding from enemies, they're hiding from you. The sound design on this weapon is something else too. It's got this deep, distinctive growl that cuts through all the other noise in the game. When that thing starts singing, everybody knows it. It's like the soundtrack to Chaos, the battle hymn of Vice City. And let's be real, the power fantasy in Vice City stories is cranked up to the max. You're not just playing a small-time crook, you're building an empire. The M249 embodies that fantasy. It's overkill in the best possible way. Why settle for a pistol when you can have a gun that's practically its own mobile war? Liberty City Stories. Flamethrower. First off, Liberty City Stories is all about the rise of Tony Cipriani, right? It's a story of a guy clawing his way up the mafia ladder. And what says I mean business more than a freaking flamethrower? This isn't a weapon for subtlety, it's a tool of pure, unadulterated intimidation. When you pull out the flamethrower, you're not just fighting, you're sending a message, loud and clear. Cross me, and you're gonna get burned. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Liberty City Stories brought the 3D universe of GTA to handheld devices for the first time, which meant more compact environments and closer quarters combat. Enter the flamethrower. In tight spaces, this thing is king. Alleyways, narrow streets, indoor locations, they all become your personal barbecue pit. It's not about precision, it's about area denial. You're not just killing enemies, you're redecorating Liberty City with a new coat of char. The visual impact of the flamethrower can't be overstated either. In a game that can sometimes feel a bit gray and gloomy, I mean, it is Liberty City after all, the bright dancing flames really pop. It's like you're painting the town red and orange and yellow. There's something almost hypnotic about watching those flames lick up walls and engulf your enemies. But it's not just about the visuals, it's about the sound too. The whoosh of the flames, the screams of your burning enemies, the crackle of the environment catching fire. It's a symphony of destruction. In a city that's always buzzing with the sounds of traffic and gunshots, the flamethrower cuts through it all with its distinct audio signature. Let's consider the tone of Liberty City Stories for a second. This game is grittier, more serious than its predecessors. The flamethrower paradoxically both fits and subverts this tone. On one hand, it's a brutal weapon, showcasing the harsh realities of mob life. On the other hand, it's so over the top that it adds this dark, almost absurdist humor to the game. It's like the game is saying, yeah, we're serious, but we can still have a little fun. The flamethrower also changes your tactical approach. With other weapons, you might be ducking and weaving, playing a game of cat and mouse. But with the flamethrower, you're the cat, the mouse, and the burning house all rolled into one. It encourages a more aggressive playstyle, pushing you to take the fight to your enemies rather than hanging back. Finally, for GTA 5, I'm going with Grenade Launcher. First off, let's consider the scale of GTA 5. This isn't just a city, it's a whole dang county. You've got urban jungles, suburban nightmares, and vast stretches of wilderness. In a world this big, you need a weapon that makes an impact no matter where you are. Enter the Grenade Launcher. This thing doesn't just kill, it announces your presence with authority, whether you're in downtown Los Santos or out in the Blaine County sticks. Now, GTA 5 is all about the three protagonists, right? Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. Three very different guys with very different styles. The beauty of the Grenade Launcher is that it fits all their vibes. Michael's all about those precision movie-style hits. Grenade Launcher's got range. Franklin's into the street-level chaos. Nothing says street cred like a well-placed grenade. And Trevor? Come on, this thing is practically an extension of his unhinged personality. Let's talk gameplay. GTA 5 amped up the mission variety to 11, and the Grenade Launcher is versatile enough to keep up. Armored truck giving you trouble? Grenade Launcher. Need to clear out a heavily guarded compound? Grenade Launcher. Want to turn a quiet day at the beach into a Michael Bay movie? You guessed it, Grenade Launcher. Visually, it's a feast for the eyes. The explosions in GTA 5 are next level, and the Grenade Launcher lets you paint the town red and orange and with little bits of whatever you just blew. The Grenade Launcher also embodies the satirical edge of GTA 5. In a game that's constantly poking fun at American excess, What's more excessive than a handheld cannon that shoots miniature bombs? It's like the developers looked at regular guns and said, "Nah, not ridiculous enough for our world." There's also something to be said about how the grenade launcher interacts with GTA 5's physics. This game has some of the most entertaining ragdoll physics out there, and the grenade launcher takes full advantage. Sending bodies and vehicles flying in a cartoonish ballet of destruction never gets old. It turns every firefight into a slapstick comedy routine, albeit one with a high body count. Now, I know some of you might argue for other heavy hitters like the minigun or the rocket launcher. And sure, they've got their merits. But the minigun is all brute force, no finesse. And the rocket launcher? Too straightforward. The grenade launcher hits that sweet spot, powerful enough to wreak havoc but quirky enough to keep things interesting. So, to sum it up, the grenade launcher isn't just GTA 5's most iconic weapon because of its power. It's iconic because it encapsulates everything the game is about: over-the-top action, creative destruction, and the ability to approach situations in wildly unpredictable ways. It's a symbol of the player's impact on this vast, detailed world. What do you think of my list? Let me know in the comments and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and have a nice day.